We tend to see suffering as a thing that exists beyond us. We tend to see suffering as something that is inflicted upon us. We don't tend to see suffering as an expression of our own mind. We don't see suffering as something that we fully wrap our head around. It's just this thing that comes and goes and is not uniquely with us. It's not something that we have mastery over. We take ownership of suffering in the sense that, this is my pain, this is my suffering, this is my my deal, this is my trial, or something like that, without actually realizing the nuance within that statement. That when we take ownership of suffering, when we take some kind of personalization of suffering, that it is pointing to the cause of suffering. It is pointing to that sense of identity, that sense of self-grasping, which gives rise to suffering. It is the attachment to the sense of self, which is the cause of suffering. It gives rise to the 5 negative emotions: attachment, aggression, stubborn stupidity, jealousy, and pride, through which all suffering is really experienced. Even physical pain is generally secondary to the emotional pain that rises in conjunction or as a reaction to physical pain. So when we engage with the Four Noble Truths, when we engage with how we view suffering in the world, how we view the cause of suffering, that attachment to the sense of self, we don't always take it personally in the correct form. We take it personally in the sense that we make it a part of ourself, or we blame other people for the suffering that was caused to me, or maybe we even blame ourselves for our own suffering, but we don't blame the attachment to the sense of self. We don't really internalize the subtle message which is linked to suffering being totally dependent on attachment to self, being totally linked to ego and ego fixation.